This is day one, Detroit Autorama 2019. I ran into a past client and legend, the Ed Michael. I had done when I first opened my shop, I did a 39 Packard for him, the bodywork and the paint job on it, and brought that down. That was one of the first big builds that we've ever done. So Ed has been here for how many years in a row?
45 years with a different car.
Every year. So he would build a car, he'd bring it to Autorama, then that year to get done, he'd have another car and he'd build that for the next year and bring it in. So after that, he found me here today because he wanted me to go ahead and maybe possibly paint another project for him. So we're going to be talking a little bit more in the future. But Ed, tell us a little bit about your background and what got you kind of like into the cars. And
I actually started in motorcycles. I came down here to Autorama with motorcycles, and then all of a sudden there was a problem in Autorama with the highwaymen and that, so they wouldn't allow motorcycles. So I decided, well, I'll build a car.
Yeah.
And that's what started it. And that was in '65. And then I'd sell that car to build the next car, and sell that car to build the next one. Ended up doing 45 years here. I've had 9 Ridler finalists.
Yeah.
And that's before they started the grade 8, and I have 3 grade 8 plaques.
Wow.
Before that, they didn't have any. And I came down here because not only was I showing the cars, but I went to Cody High in Detroit, so all the Detroit people come in here. I belonged to the Knights of the Road Motorcycle Club for 10 years. And they would come in here, and then I joined numerous car clubs. And that's why I come down here now. It's a social time.
Yeah.
And my motto is, Lord, one more car.
Yeah,
Lord,
right?
one more
Keeps
car.
you going. Keeps you going.
Got to keep going.
I remember one story, and if you don't mind telling it, because I love it so much. Tell the story of the time that you took the car to Barrett Jackson, and your wife had mentioned, like, why don't you take it to Barrett Jackson? Right. And you're like, oh, honey, we can't do that. So tell us that. I like that story.
I built it took me 20 years on the side working on the cars, but I built a 38 Rolls Royce street rod. All tube chassis, Corvette front and rear, big block, air, really nice car. But by the time I got it done, I had changed my attitude on what I wanted to drive. So I said, well, I think I'll put it up for sale. And my wife says, well, why don't you keep watching that thing on TV, that Barrett Jackson? Why don't you take it there? And I know that's for the big boys. And I had an offer from somebody in Michigan Hot Rod that offered me 70 grand for the car. So my wife says, well, let's make a vacation out of it and go to Barrett Jackson. We went to Barrett Jackson. To make a long story short, 2 women were bidding on the car, and I ended up with $160,000 for the car.
That's great.
And the thing about it was, a lot of the people that I knew in the industry that were there had no idea what that car would bring.
Yeah.
It was such an unusual car. Some of them said, oh, the purist is going to hate it, and the hot rodders ain't going to like it. Well,
yeah, shows them, right?
Showed them. So it was really a great time, and if it wasn't for my wife, I would have never done it.
Right.
So
sometimes you just got to think outside of the box.
Right. And I've got a history. I've had Barry McGuire from Car Crazy.
Yeah.
He came to my garage and videoed the whole garage, and I was on the segment of Barry McGuire. It's just one after the other.
His garage is phenomenal. The amount of paraphernalia, of memorabilia is amazing. And it's like a showroom. I mean, it's heated, it's got its own bathroom. It is not a garage. I mean, this thing is amazing. He's got his own shop there. And I've known Ed for about 8 or 9 years now, and he's become a good friend, and It's always nice seeing him. I see him every year at the Autorama. So.
And one of the biggest things that I remember about you was my time was being short for getting that Packard in Autorama.
Right.
You brought Whiskey Al over with you and a couple others, and in one day we bolted that car all together.
Yeah, we needed some help putting it all together. Great, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Hey,
look forward to.
We're not done.
Doing another one.
We'll still do another one. We'll do something.
All right, absolutely.
All right.
Yep. Look forward to it.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.